Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a quick update on what's going on in Uvalde, Texas. There was a school shooting that occurred. Obviously, it's a very sad and troubling situation when you see time and time again these young people who are acting out and doing deranged things and taking the lives of innocent people. What we know right now is that the person who was involved in this was a local person there. He wasn't a part of the cartel, wasn't being chased by the Border Patrol, which were some rumors that were out there. 18-year-old guy. And I saw his pictures on his Instagram. He looked like he was a loner, looked like he was nutty. And I don't understand how people didn't identify that this guy was troubled. He obviously had pictures of magazines in his took pictures of AR-15s in his Instagram photos. And he apparently murdered his grandmother and then went to the school, one of the little elementary schools there in Uvalde, Texas, and shot as many kids as he could. It appears that the death toll is 14 kids and one school teacher, and that's not including his grandmother, obviously, that's passed away. So that's at least 16 people that have been murdered in his hands. Also, he was killed at the scene. The police officers responded. I believe a shootout occurred, and they ended up taking his life. But you know the naysayers and the liberals are coming out talking about gun control, gun control, gun control. I don't think this is a matter of gun control. I think there's a whole bunch of other options in play or in place that we could put in place that can make something like this be mitigated. And I personally believe that we should have teachers that are allowed to, if they would like to, carry guns to school. Also, I believe that there should be armed security police officers who are already taxpayers are already paying money for, that there should be armed police officers at these schools with high-powered rifles so that they can combat any level of conflict that comes their way. And we should be able to get the mental health situation under control, meaning when individuals are troubled, that our mental health facility can follow up in a more reasonable manner, and therefore it can mitigate some of these individuals that go nutty and decide to shoot up innocent people. It does not appear to be racially motivated. It does not appear, and mind you, this story is not going to last that long because there's no racial component to it, and they can't push anything outside of gun control. But, you know, there's a lot of things that we could do and put in place outside of gun control. You can eliminate every single gun attempt to in the United States of America, which is hundreds of millions of rifles. By the time you get every single legal gun confiscated, you know, people aren't going to have, you know, I'm just telling y'all right now, a lot of people aren't going to go for that. But if somehow some pixie dust is sprinkled on the United States of America and the American people go blind and you somehow take their AR-15s, that's going to take you several years. You're talking about several years to get legal guns off the streets. And that's not including pushback. And then if you're talking about illegal firearms, it is very clear to me that we're not going to find those. We don't know where they're coming from. They won't shut the border. There's guns and drugs coming in through the border all the time. And I'm telling you this, and it bothers me that people are not thinking like this, is that if a person don't care about killing other people, which is a higher offense than a gun charge, then what is gun laws going to do? New York City, the strictest gun laws in the country, a guy went to the subway and shot up people. Buffalo, New York, strictest gun laws in the nation. And the kid drives 300 miles and murders a whole bunch of black people at a convenience store. At a grocery store. This gun control stuff is not going to work. And I'm not trying to say this to politicize this event, because this is a very tragic event. If my child was involved in something like this, I don't know how I would feel. It would be troubling. But there are remedies and recourse to curb some of these things. And the problem is that the only conversations that are being had are political conversations. Which political party can use the deaths of these children to get more votes? That's what this comes down to. Nobody's interested in actually helping these kids. Nobody's interested in actually mitigating some of these incidents. And if they will allow teachers to have guns in schools. They will promote that more people are able to carry and defend themselves. And they will put armed security at these schools. You're already paying for these police officers to be on duty. Have a armed police officer with an AR-15 at these schools. At least that person can combat a level of force that, may be afoot in some of these situations. Anyway, it's breaking news. I wanted to just give my take on it real quick. I have a radio show that I have to do here in about 30 minutes. So tune in. We'll be talking about this on the radio show. You can go to Salem News Channel, or go to my website at theofficertatum.com, and you can listen to the radio show, or you can catch it on your local radio. It's syndicated across the United States of America and across the world. So comment in the comment section. What's your thoughts on this situation? I'll see you guys later, man. I'm out.